This is for my men that wake up before 6 a.m. every single day just to go to work.
You know I'm up before the rooster crows.
Hey, nice to see you. I bought these booty lifting leggings off a TikTok shop. I want my money back.
I absolutely went into marriage knowing I was going to become a divorcee. There was no question in my mind. I knew at some point we would get divorced. The only question mark was when.
So then why did you get married?
And obviously I don't want to get married ever again. However, double divorcee is a term that I'm living for.
This is not normal behavior. Women want to be treated well, and then they act like this. Like, I quit the internet today. I can't do this.
No one has made this dramatic of a change yet. No one has made, in my generation, this extreme of a switch. And I am the first in the generation. It is very scary, but someone's got to do it.
Hey, I have a buzz. Have you seen it? When I use it, I do that.
She must be quite a gal.
Just found out a guy I went on a date with back in 2019 is getting married. Like, babe, how could you move on so quickly? Also, can I come to the wedding? Can I be the flower girl?
Just saying, dude, if her coochie don't sound like it's running out of mustard, I don't even want that shit. I'm talking.
Well, that sounds a little extreme. Why don't you just try it, please?
The day you wake up and take full responsibility and accountability for your actions, for your behaviors, for your life, it changes everything. Check this out.
The best day of a man's life is the day he realizes that nobody's coming to save him. If he can know that and feel peace about it and almost be excited about it because he gets to go fight his own hero's journey, he'll win. If he can accept it, he'll win. Because you take entire responsibility for your life. Too many people give up responsibility in their life so they can point the finger at somebody else. Take responsibility for everything, regardless of whose fault it is, or the market, or a race, or religion, or who's president. I don't give a f who's president. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna get up, I'm gonna go to work, I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday.
All right, guys, I gotta keep it real. This is extremely powerful right here, right? And it's like a tough pill to swallow. I remember when I was younger, they were telling me this, and it sounded like shit, but it's true. You gotta take responsibility even for the shit that wasn't your fault. And for me, what happened was my dad died when I was 27, so I had that moment where it's like I'm all on my own and everything's on me and I'm gonna have to figure it out. And I did take it in stride. I liked it. And well, I turned out all right. So, you know, you guys, that's the truth. This is a weird one and it might sound like shit, but as soon as you can figure this one out, you're gonna be ahead of the game.
Sometimes I pick out things for the men, okay, that I know the men are gonna like their wives and girlfriends to wear. Like this little corduroy miniskirt, am I right? You know what they're gonna be thinking? I'll tell you what they're gonna be thinking. They're gonna be thinking, easy access. And you know what? Wrong! You're not getting anything.
I can't stand it when they ain't playing fair.
Come here. You gotta get you a man that look like he's supposed to be somebody's daddy, but he ain't a daddy yet. I'm gonna make you a daddy boy. You know I like you in them skinny jeans. Yeah! Done the ones you need! Sit that one down. Cause how you look like you should be somebody's daddy and you ain't yet? I mean, you about to become one. You about to become one. Give me that lovey-dovey.
Baby.
What?
If I die, would you remarry?
Probably. Why?
Interesting. Would you live in our home?
We just bought this house. Yeah, probably.
Would you sleep in our bed?
In the same room, yeah, but not on the mattress because you know it's broken.
Oh, you get her a new mattress and everything?
Oh my god. Really?
Would you let her wear my clothes?
No, she's a size 3, you're a size 9.
Who's she?
What do you...
Who's she? Who's a size 3? I want to know.
Man, will I ever get in another relationship? Only time will tell. But they all about like this, and it's a matter of time. It's a ticking time bomb before you getting fucked with.
You were looking absolutely stunning tonight. I had a great time. When do I see you again?
I don't know how to say this, but I think you're not my type.
Not your type? I thought we had a great time.
Yeah, but I don't know if we have the same love languages. I don't think there's chemistry here.
I hate that I have to do this.
What do you mean?
What's up, bitch?
Oh, hey, daddy.
Just shh. Stop talking, bitch.
That's hot. This is exactly what I want.
You like it when I disrespect you, right?
That's exactly what I
Bitch.
want, actually. Yes, please. Disrespect
Get
me.
in the car. Give me 20 for gas. Fucking dumbass.
One thing you need to know about me, don't waste my time. You should not go out with me if you don't like dogs or coffee. I know the best place in town for overpriced coffee. My simple pleasures are hiking and coffee, having coffee while hiking, and coffee drinking while hiking and having coffee. What if I told you that I'm looking to find my casual husband? I'm looking for someone to take me on trips. Typical Sunday, brunch, good book, cozy clothes, and iced coffee. This year, I really want to find a dog dad. One thing you should know about me, I'm not carrying the whole conversation, so either step up or step out. I bet you can't make a better spicy margarita than me. Let's discuss this topic, marriage and children. I don't have a lot of time. What if I told you I actually know where I want to eat? I'm looking for a provider.
Hi.
Double, double, doggy style.
Say what?
Animal style? Animal or doggy? It's animal style. It's the animal, okay.
When Granny'd rather have it doggy than animal.
My food contains glucose, the fuel that feeds the trillions of healthy cells in my body. But that glucose also feeds something else. Zombie cells. Old, damaged cells that have lingered beyond their useful life. By spewing toxic sludge, these zombies infect other healthy cells, speeding up the aging process. Everything from hair loss and wrinkles to the onset of arthritis, cancer, and dementia. But what scientists have realized is that when we fast and cut off the supply of glucose, that zombie army is starved of energy, which saps them of their power. When food is plentiful, our body stores excess energy in the form of fat, under the skin and around the internal organs. When food is scarce, that fat is sent to the liver, where it's turned into an alternative fuel source called a ketone. And it's these ketones which provide the emergency power source, not only for our bodies, but also our brains.
I want to start sharing health information and different stuff with you guys to help benefit your life, intermingled with the crazy clips and the BS that we sort of enjoy. If you guys are on board with that and you like that, throw a thumbs up in the comments. Alright guys, how many of you believe in fasting? I recently did a fast, but I can only do it for 2 days, so I started to feel not well. So if you're going to try it, there's some certain things you should look at, like with your health. If you have diabetes, there's different things, so look it up and look up signs that is going bad so you can look out for those. But I recommend doing it. I think that this is true, that it burns off the rogue cells and things, and before we had society, we would have starved for long periods in nature. So it's something to think about.
Have you heard the latest that's coming out about fillers? It started with a woman who went to get an MRI and the doctor said, your face is full of filler. Turns out, over the course of 6 years, she had had 12 syringes. That's pretty standard because every 6 months they say, come in and get it redone because it dissolves, so they say. She had the equivalent of 28 syringes in her face. 28. Why is that? 2 reasons. 1, they actually don't dissolve, and 2, they're soluble. So when it gets in your face, it actually expands and creates more of the filler. And what they're finding out is manufacturers were lying to doctors saying, your body just absorbs it. Your body doesn't absorb it. And so now all these people are having like this filler in their face for life unless they go and get it dissolved. Isn't that insane? So now there's like videos of women pushing the filler to like different areas of their face and pushing it around. It's wild. So anyway, I just, you know me, I have to share. If you're thinking about getting filler, no, it's forever.
How many of you guys told your girlfriend not to do it? Who would have thought, you know? Who would have thought?
So, hear me out or eat me out, right? But if you're gonna be in my head all day, you might as well give me some. You know, it's just an idea.
Wait a minute. Hey, this isn't a bad idea, Billy.
Bad day to be a beer.
Yeah! Looks like a good day to be a cop.
If you're ever having a bad day, just remind yourself that some people are out there having the same exact day that you are, but with kids. That should help.
I miss them old time drinking, cheating, goodbye hurting songs. They had a way to pull me through those empty nights alone. They mix right in with memories, bar stools and Patron. What happened to...
Alright, I just want to briefly say, guys, that, you know, I'm always learning, and, well, I've known this one for a while, but they're poisoning our food like a motherfucker, and, you know, they own the pharmaceutical companies, and it's a circle. So, really look into the food, look into what you're eating, and start eating whole foods. Get off the processed food. It's causing cancer. Whatever the government tells you to do the opposite. Eat steak, eat eggs, drink milk, do whatever they told you not to do.
Great morning. Look, you got to be patient with yourself when you're becoming someone you've never been before. You got to be patient with yourself if you're dealing with things at a new level that you've never been at before. Look, most times, for most of us, no one has taught you how to do the thing that you're doing right now. So as you're living it, you're learning it. So I just want to encourage you to give yourself some grace. There's a big difference between holding yourself accountable and beating yourself up. The difference between the two is that if you keep beating yourself up, you may knock yourself out. Be patient with yourself. Give yourself some grace. It's your first time living. Be great today.
Some of you guys might wonder what they do with the wood that I sell in my business. And this is a really good example of a piece of ghost wood they did in an aquarium. Check it out. All right, y'all. Let's see what I got for you today. You know, when I look back on my life, I sort of wonder, like, what made me want to take on being an entrepreneur and different stuff. And when I look back, it's always that something had challenged me or something challenged me. So when I was younger, my dad used to get up at 4:30 in the morning every day to go to work. And around like age 8 or 9, I had got a paper route. And on the paper route and on the weekend, I had to get up at 4:30 in the morning to deliver the papers. Sometimes my dad would load up the back of his truck and I'd sit in the back of the truck and he'd drive around at 4:30 in the morning on his weekend to help me do it, which was like, you know, quite a great memory to have. But, you know, I'd ask my parents, like, I don't want to wake up, because even when I woke up for school at 7:30, the alarm was so fucking annoying. It's like, man, I don't like waking up to an alarm. So I told my parents, like, I don't want to do this. Basically, I don't want to have to wake up in the morning like this and all this stuff. And, you know, because misery loves company, they told me, well, saddle in, buddy, because you're going to do this for the rest of your life. 40 hours a week until you die, basically. And I was like, oh, fuck that. So it was that challenge that my parents gave me that sort of forced me into being an entrepreneur. And, you know, beginning with the end in mind, it initially started with me not wanting to wake up to this alarm clock. Oddly enough, and these days, I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning without an alarm clock. So kind of funny how it all works out. But, you know, people do really good when they're challenged if they take it the right way. When I first started sandblasting, I thought about merging the business with a guy that was retiring, and he was like 73. And, you know, I had employees over here, and he was all the way in Colorado, so he'd come to San Diego sometimes. And, well, I had employees that were sort of green, and they were younger, so they wouldn't do a good job. But I'll tell you what, as soon as the 73-year-old man showed up and did their job right in front of their face and made them look like some sissies, they were singing a whole nother tune. You know, there's not a chance in hell that these younger men could be stood up by grandpa. So, you know, all of a sudden their performance changed greatly because they were challenged. So, you know, at different times in our life, we're challenged and we can take it in a really good way, and it could shape our whole life. It could make us think in different ways and think of how to overcome the challenge. And I think when we're younger, we might be a little more ornery, we're more willing to do that. But my whole life, that's sort of what it's been, you know. So I just encourage you guys to look out for that, especially if you're younger. Make those challenges into, you know, you can make those challenges into your whole life, into your character, Instead of being defeated by them, conquer them. Just because other people told you, like my parents, you're going to have to do this for the rest of your life, use that as the fuel to say, watch this. And, you know, what's crazy is, you know, before my dad had passed away, I might have been like 25 and had like a 3-story house and 5 street bikes and all kinds of shit. And he'd come over and be like, man, I don't know how the fuck you did it. I'm in the wrong business. And, well, you know, I'd tell him, pick out a street bike, let's go for a ride. And he'd pick out a bike and we go riding up to the lake. And, well, we had some amazing memories because I decided not to fall in line. And, well, it really knocked their socks off. They really couldn't believe it. My mom still can't believe it to this day. And I swear to God that if they wouldn't have challenged me when I was young and told me that, I might not have had the fuel to go in this direction. I might not be the person I am today. So look back at your life and think about that a little bit if you would. All right, guys, I always appreciate you listening in. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell if you would, and we're going to see you on the next one.